Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And look, the Packers, I know they lost to the Minnesota Vikings a couple weeks ago. They beat up on the Jags and the 49ers, and a lot of people are sitting around kind of wondering what type of team this is. I think this team is still a Super Bowl contending team. You just don't know what you're going to get week to week. You may hit at the right time with the Green Bay Packers if you're a betting person with them, because they are a good football team as long as 12 is a quarterback.
Number 6.
Indianapolis.
Phillip is in an elite category himself. We all know that.
Well, here's the situation. Green Bay, I just mentioned, lost to the Indianapolis Colts and Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers went out and took care of business against the Green Bay Packers. And you heard Coach Frank Wright right there say, hey, he's in an elite category. Maybe at times he is. A while ago, he certainly was. I think the one thing that we are sitting back waiting on with Phillip Rivers is will he return back to interception Rivers that he was in L.A., just giving it away at a rapid rate? I don't think so. I think that he's settled in now with Indy. They have an opportunity to win this division, find themselves in a great spot. They take on Tennessee this week. We'll see what that looks like.
Number 5.
Tennessee.
I've been doing too many curls, so I gotta lay out the arms.
Talk about the Tennessee Titans and talking about the Indianapolis Colts play each other this week, which is a big game. I think when you look at Tennessee and you talk about how they're playing football, it's about getting that defense going, but also about Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill getting back to form from last year that led them a deep run into the playoffs, making sure that Tannehill is delivering the football and the receivers are catching it. Also, this game is about running the ball. Who wants to tackle Derrick Henry? Nobody. And that's what you got to lean on if you plan on advancing into the playoffs.
Number 4.
L.A. Rams.
We can be as good as we want to be, honestly.
And this is a head scratcher, right? Because they beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. But I'm not one of those guys that jump all in because Tom Brady plays for the Buccaneers. Oh, they're going to be great. Brady this, Brady that. The Rams went out there and took care of business. They got out of there with a 3-point win. They probably should have won by more points than that. But they got away with the things that they capable of getting away with. They protected Jared Goff. He delivered the football in rhythm, in sync to Cooper Kupp, Reynolds, as well as Robert Woods. They ran the ball well, but the defensive side of the ball took care of business. That's why they're in the top 5 defenses in the NFL. Number 3A, Seattle.
Mr. Unlimited.
And I know you say, how could Seattle be ahead of the Rams, and the Rams took care of business against the Tampa Bay Bucks? Well, I just like the way Seattle is starting to play on defense now. A couple weeks ago, not so much. They took care of business against Arizona. We all sat and watched that football game because we wanted to see exactly what the Arizona Cardinals was made of, and Kyler Murray, that he would just dominate the game. That wasn't the case. They went out and got Carlos Dunlap, and they went out and got Jamal Adams for a reason, and they showed up to the party against Arizona. And I think moving forward, that will be the same case. So therefore, they're 3A for me. 3B, New Orleans. This may be the first time you work with somebody that's had a power ranking with tied teams at the number 3 spot, I'm sure, Subin.
Indeed. So now we have I'm not sure if it's a top 7 because there's 8 teams in it, but it's your ranking.
It's my ranking. The New Orleans Saints, baby. It's nepotism at its finest. And I think when you start to look at the other 2 teams that are in front of New Orleans will be coming to the party at some point in time as we get into the playoffs late into the season. They may finish the year as the number 1 seed in the NFC. Who knows? But I can tell you right now, Taysom Hill went out there and took care of business against the Atlanta Falcons. There was no worry at all with Sean Payton. He knew exactly what he was doing. We all questioned, why not Jameis Winston? Why Taysom Hill? Taysom Hill showed you why.
Number 2.
Pittsburgh.
The last game was the last game. This one was this one.
Here's the undefeated team, right? Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people will say they're undefeated. They haven't lost. They should be number 1. Well, no, that's not true, because the team that's in front of them at number 1 is pretty damn good. They just struggle against the division opponents. Pittsburgh has a big game this week against the Baltimore Ravens at home. The Ravens are going to be missing some players, especially Mark Ingram and Dobbit in the backfield for them. You look at that, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Lamar Jackson, so Pittsburgh should walk away undefeated again.
Number 1.
Kansas City.
I'm going to go get the biggest cheeseburger you've ever seen. Prime, the biggest one. And might be a double.
Well, it probably will be a double with a triple on the side for later. Coach Andy Reid is amazing. He's done a tremendous job at continuing to build the Kansas City Chiefs. This team, as long as 15 is their quarterback, much like Aaron Rodgers is Green Bay's quarterback, they're going to always be in the mix. And I know they had a little bit of a hiccup to a degree against the Raiders, but the Raiders are a division opponent. They're going to play them tough no matter what the case is. I think they're the cream of the crop in the AFC. The only teams that I could see giving them a challenge and a run for their money are the Pittsburgh Steelers and I almost said Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Indeed. We should mention that Andy Reid made that comment about the cheeseburgers right after he won the Super Bowl, right after they ate the San Francisco 49ers for lunch in the fourth quarter, and Reid has always been known as a cheeseburger aficionado. Okay,
I promise you he didn't get a single, Patty. I promise you that.
Well, you said double and triple. Jay, America is wondering, riveted, who's your 3B?
Well, first off, there's been nothing wrong with the triple-double. I'll tell you that right now. I will say this, though, Key. I'm curious. The only objection I would have is the Bills not being in your top 8. Top 7B. I don't know how to actually categorize your rankings this weekend, only because they beat Seattle, they beat the Rams, they beat the Raiders that give KC such a tough game. And I know they lost to Arizona, which is kind of like their one questionable loss, but still, I mean, that game came down to the wire where DeAndre Hopkins made just the world's incredible catch to win that game. How come you don't have the Bills in your top 7A, 7B, 8?
How come they just not in the rankings, in other words? Well, because I'm not a strong believer in the Bills. I think that they're a good football team. I think they're going to win the division possibly, and they'll have a nice playoff game at home. But outside of that, they beat Arizona. Arizona's not good to me like that. I mean, they lost to Arizona, and Arizona's not good to me like that. They should have beat Arizona handedly as far as I'm concerned. I understand that they took care of business against Seattle. They took care of business against the Raiders. But it was a Seattle team that didn't have those players that I mentioned that played against Arizona on the defensive side of the ball. It's a totally different team now than it were when those teams played them. Las Vegas is a totally different team now.